All right, TNE listeners, we have with us Ishneen Anand today, the founder and CEO of Open Sponsorships. Hello, Ishneen. How are you?
Good, Nicole. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks for asking. So I appreciate you taking the time out to really connect with our readers and let them know more about you with the spotlight on you and your business.
No, no worries. Thanks so much for having me.
You're welcome. So, first things first, as a beautiful North Indian young British native that's created the first online platform to facilitate sponsorship agreements by connecting brands with pro sport right holders, what was your inspiration to decide to go on to this direction?
So I used to be a sports agent. I kind of entered that just a love of sport, and then realizing that sponsorship is the backbone of sports, and so if I knew how to make money in sports, I could help sports generally. So that's how I got into the world of sponsorship, and then even sponsorship specifically, I just realized that the industry was so archaic, and all the deals were being done because someone who knew someone, kind of a bit like the old days of recruitment or dating. And so we started the sponsorship as a way to really democratize the industry to help any athlete or any brand get their foot in the door.
And that is so amazing. I mean, your company is just it's changing the way for athletes and how people view athletes and how people can connect to them. So, that makes so much sense, and it makes sense that you have that insider connect. What advice do you have for young Indian girls and other people who want to become more involved in the sports arena?
I think experience counts for a lot. So try and find an internship, or even I know in America it's very common to go and do like ticket sales at Madison Square Gardens or something like that. So I think that kind of exposure just really helps. Once you're in the door, it's just easier to get connected to the right people, be invited to the right events, network. So I would say mostly it's about finding a way to get in the door first, and then once you're in, just really working really hard and understanding what you're interested in. Is it events? Is it sales? Is it marketing? Design? Whatever it may be. Just really understanding what you're good at and building a path that way.
Yeah, because like a lot of people that I'm coming to find with, because we deal a lot with the youth, they're really lost and they don't really know how to get a direction more so than anything. What are some like key elements about different pieces of the personality from dealing with people in the industry that you've noticed would probably be better to work with athletes in sports? Would you say?
I mean, sometimes like I'll get resumes for people who are interested in marketing and they're applying for sales jobs, and then I'll ask them, why do they think they're good for sales? And it's like, oh, I'm still figuring it out. Well, that's not the right thing to do, right? Like, don't come to me for a job if you're not sure what you want to do. So I think that's that early stage of just understanding what are you interested in. I mean, when you work in any industry and especially sports, it's very competitive and it's um, it's really hard work. I mean, it's not as glamorous as it looks from the outside. So you're going to be doing this like 10 hours a day. So make sure that you're interested in what you're doing. So if it's like social media and you apply for a social media marketing position, make sure you actually enjoy spending your whole day on Instagram for work. Or if it's sales, make sure that you have a really tough skin and you can handle rejection and cold calling. So I think the biggest thing is to really understand who you are and then try and get a job within that. I mean, obviously you can switch and change, but first you should understand what ticks you and what you're good at.
I agree. I'm always telling people make your passion your paycheck. So that's amazing to hear that coming
Yeah.
from you. Um, what are some of the things that you do here in the States to stay connected with your Indian culture?
So I'm fairly religious. I'm Sikh, that's my religion, and so I try and get to go to our temple as much as possible. So we call it Gurdwara. So I'm quite hot on that, and not only is it a beautiful way to kind of stay in touch with the religion, but it's also like the way I get my downtime. Put my phone away, kind of almost akin to meditation. So that's awesome. And then I definitely do try and kind of carve out a few Indian friends wherever I am, just because I love the food, I love home cooked food, the music, just kind of cultural things that sometimes you'll miss if you're not with like other people of like the same background.
Yeah, so you're in the Bay, you're in San Francisco. Do you notice a large population of Indian people there?
Yeah, it's decent. I suppose I came from England, so you can't really get more than there. So it's definitely it's less than England, but it's a decent population. It was interesting. There was actually a lot of like Indian people from India, whereas obviously in England it's a lot of like British Indians like me who've kind of grown up abroad. So it's quite interesting to meet people from like all over the world, India as well as other places, who are Indian and now in San Francisco.
Yeah, because like I noticed like your North Indian is. Do you see more North Indian people there, or you see more South Indian people, or like more of a mix?
Yeah, it's a really good mix. I suppose um, sometimes it's not as easy to tell. You're very good at telling the difference, but you see a definite mix. I'd probably say it's quite equal. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Well, with that being said, I mean, have you ever lived anywhere else other than San Francisco in the States, or you've just only lived there? I know you studied at Oxford overseas, but did you ever live anywhere else here in America?
Yeah, actually, I'm only here in San Francisco as part of an accelerator, 500 startup. I'm actually based in New York otherwise.
Oh, and there's a strong Indian population there, so you feel like you like right at home, or so
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Now, being a woman of color and a minority, have you felt like there's ever been an issue for your business or working in the industry, since it's not a large population of Indian people?
Yeah, I think um, what you find is that what you say and your ability to express yourself in a mature manner and like have content when you're speaking, that is the key. A lot of guys can, they can be a mix of content, like knowledge plus exposure, like in terms of talking about their favorite sports teams or statistics around players. Obviously, not having grown up in America and not knowing American sports as well as someone who's grown up here, it means that my connect has to be very like you have to respect my intellect. Otherwise, it's hard for you to connect with me. So I think it's not so much like um, it's the whole kind of you will not how can we connect when we have such different backgrounds if I don't press you with topics of conversation that we agree on or points we agree on. So that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, as your business continues to grow, what are some of the things that you see in the horizon for your business in the future?
Lots. I mean, we have a really product roadmap. We're kind of at that point now where we understand what we need to do. We're just building out more product, improving the platform, quite a bit of hiring. We're raising money right now. So it's really just kind of all the lines that we've started, just kind of progressing them at speed.
Okay, well, I look forward to seeing more about your company. You've been doing great things thus far. Where can some of our readers go to find more information about your company, or if a professional athlete would like you to sponsor them and help them to get more connections and sponsors with these brands that you work with, where can they go to build this connection?
Yeah, absolutely. It's opensponsorship.com. It's free to kind of create an account, and then obviously we'll reach out to you once you're signed up. If anyone has any questions specifically for me, then most welcome to email me at ishbeen@opensponsorship.com.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, you guys. You got it. She's here. We talked to her. She's amazing. All your requests have come in. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment below at the bottom of this video. Also, if there's any particular question you would like me to ask her for our next time I'll speak to her, because I plan on keeping an open relationship. Make sure you comment that as well. And thanks again. We appreciate all your time.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Really nice to speak to you.
It was my pleasure. Guys, you can read more about this information in our next article at TNE Magazine. Until then, talk to you soon.